A very good morning to everyone. I'm on cloud 9 to meet you in this session of today. I welcome you all for this session, children. How are you? Doing fine? Staying safe at home? Preparing your lessons well? Right. In the previous class, before that, I wanted to tell you something. There is a half-yearly examination timetable. I hope you might have got it. And the portion for it, I have to tell you. The first 5 units in prose, the 4 units in poem, the 4 units in supplementary, non-detailed. Right? The first 5 units in prose, poem and non-detailed 4 units. And the book back exercises and all these things you have to prepare. Along with that, following the question pattern, model question pattern, that is the last year's question pattern, 11th annual exam question pattern, you have to prepare yourself. First 3 synonyms, next 3 antonyms, then 7 to 20, that one word clipping, blending, phrasal verb, all these things. And following that, you prepare yourself, and if you have any doubt, you ask me in the that Google Meet session. We are going to have a interact class. There you just clear of your doubts. Okay, children, prepare yourself, study well. And today it is said in the news, not today, 2 days back, in the news it is informed that plus 2, 10th and the CBSE exams, it is not through online. You have to write the examination. So don't think that you can just copy something and escape from that. So honestly, you study. Moreover, this education will help you to have your higher education in a better way. This is the basement for it. So concentrate on your studies, right? And that one word questions test, most of you have written, and I found out that you have copied, right? I don't know how you have copied, but it is very sure that you have copied. And the test paper, second home test, that also you have copied. I don't know whether it is a boy or girl. I won't see the names when I am valuing it. But the thing is, there is one who said to whom. There, the first question is Evie said to Baldwin, right? For that, the spelling of Evie is E-V-I-E. So the person who has sent the message, I don't know who is the person who has sent the message, but the person might have sent it in a hurry-burry manner, just like this. E has become like this, right? L like. So all the children have written it as evil said to almost all. So many children. Oh, the same error comes to everyone. Evil said to Baldwin. In the same this thing, the second question is Martha said to Evie. There, Martha spelling is correct. There, the Evie is E-V-I-E. So from this, I could very well understand that you have cheated me, right? And I am forced to value the paper that you have copied, and it is our fate. That's what I can say. With a heavy heart, I am telling, prepare your lessons and you write your answer. Even if it is 1 mark, 0 mark, or 2 marks, don't bother. Don't bother. Don't bother. Nothing is going to happen. and very happily you have borrowed the answers from somebody and copied it. And there is one old saying, e-edits and copy, just like that it is, right? Anyway, I don't want to say more. So what you read, right? Now, that one word questions also I have corrected, and some errors are here and there, and you will get the paper and the key will be sent to you from our school, right? Right. Now, let us come back to the lesson. In the previous class, I have given you an introduction of a father's advice to his son, right? And mostly you won't let your father to say advice to you. You don't like to hear advice from your parents or from anybody, right? And in this world, what do you expect your father to give to you? A car, a bullet, a very great coconut estate, very big house, property, gold, all these things that we are expecting from our father. But the best thing that a father could give to the son is his way of life. From him, you must learn so many things to go ahead successfully in your life. That is the only thing that a father should give to the son, right? To the children, rather than giving them how to live in this world. That is the thing, advice he has to give to the son, rather than providing him with money, gold, properties, estates, and all the big house, palace, and all the computer, all this infrastructures that you need for your life. Rather than that, he has to give a very good model life for you to follow and come up in life, right? Anyway, come to the page number 161. A father to his son. I have given you that introduction of Carl August Sandburg. On that day, he was a famous writer, and he was an American poet and writer, and he was an editor too. He won so many awards and medals, and he wrote the biography of Abraham Lincoln also. If you get a chance, I told you, read that biography of autobiography of Abraham Lincoln, right? Right. Every parent is anxious about the welfare of his or her children. Every parent is very anxious about the well-being of their children. Every parent. For them, you are everything. For the parents, you are everything. So that much love, affection, and they have everything. They are living a life for you. They express their anxiety by advising them almost all the time. Just because of their love towards you, concern towards you, they are just advising you to do this, don't do this, that, and all this. But we people at the sweet 16, we are not in a position to hear what they are saying. You have not in a position to think that what they are saying is for us, for our betterment, for our well-being. That we will never think of. What kind of advice do you frequently receive from your parents? They get up, study. What else they will do? Do this. Don't have bad friends with these people. Don't keep company with these people. All these things they will say, right? Fill in the bubbles. Tick the ones you like to follow implicitly and give reasons for the one you don't like to follow. This is all this LKG instructions, advices. Wash your fingers before eating. Don't stay awake till late night. This advice no parent will tell you, because nobody will stay late at night. That is why they will not ask you to follow, advise you to do this. Who are you talking to over phone for a long time? This they will ask very often, right? Right. That they have to ask the news, all those things that you are hearing in newspaper and the television, all this happens because of this media's influence only. So when they ask you not to talk for a long time through your phone, please listen to them. Right. A father to his son. Father's advice to his son. So just take it as an advice of your father to you people. Right. A father sees his son nearing manhood. What shall he tell that son? So a father sees his son is nearing manhood. He is growing up. He has crossed his teenage and he has reached his manhood. What shall he tell his son? What you think will be the advice given by the father to his son? Life is hard. Be still. Be a rock. So the life in this, so far you have been under our custody, my custody, your mother's custody, and you do not know the hardships and difficulties of life. You may think that life is a bed of roses without any thorns and pitfalls, right? So life is hard. So the first advice he is telling his son is, life is very hard. It will not be an easy one as you think it to be. Be a steel. You must be steel-like. Very, very hard. Steel is a hard material. You must be stern in your goal. Be a rock. You should not be oscillated by the world. You must have a clear goal and you must be steel-like, rock-like. You must be steel, like a steel, to confront the hard challenges of life. You must have the confidence to face the challenges of life. You don't think that the life is a bed of roses. It has so many hardships, difficulties, ups, downs, loss, disease. All these things occur in our life. So you must be like a steel to confront the hard challenges of life. You must be rock-like, which cannot be broken very easily, very firm. And this might stand him for the storms and serve him for humdrum monotony. If you are steel like, if your mind is like a steel or a hard rock to face the challenges of life, then so many storms, tsunami, all these things comes to you and you can withstand everything. So first thing he says is, you must have a firm heart, steel heart. You must not be taken away by the hardships, by the troubles, tribulations that you come across in your life. Be strong enough, stern enough. You think that you should not be frightened of all these things. You must learn how to go ahead, overcoming this difficulties and challenges of life. So many challenges. So till 16, till 17, you may not know much about life, right? After going into the world, after completing your such studies, after getting married, so many challenges comes to you. Some people are just giving up their life because they are not trained properly to face the difficulties of life, challenges of life, right? So the father advises his son to have a stern, firm heart like a steel or rock to face the challenges of life. And if you have that steel-like mind, heart, whatever may be the storm, difficulties, hardships, or all the waves that comes to you, and serve him for humdrum monotony, for the boring routine in this humdrum means in this boring routine life of us, of monotony, every day-to-day activities. So in our day-to-day activities, we are facing so many difficulties. If you have a steel heart, if you have a heart like a rock, you can overcome the storms and difficulties that comes to you in your day-to-day activity. So, like you will have problems, troubles, tribulations, everything comes to you. But I told you the example of 3 children facing the same problem and how they have taken it by giving you the example of 3 children failing in the plus 2 examination. Hope you remember. I think in the first or second class I have told you. So, in this day-to-day life, we will face so many difficulties and troubles, failures, loss, accidents. All these things are there in this world for us people. So, don't lose your heart. You must be firm heart. We must have a firm heart to face the challenges of life in this day-to-day life, in our day-to-day life. So hope you understand the first paragraph. Second paragraph, and guide him among sudden betrayals and tighten him for slack moments. Life is a soft loam. Be gentle, go easy, and this too might serve him. Brutes have been gentle where lashes failed. So the first advice he is giving to his son is have a firm heart like steel or rock to face the challenges of life. The second thing is, and guide him among sudden betrayals. So just take the previous line of the previous paragraph. And serve him for humdrum monotony and guide him among sudden betrayals. When you face the challenges of life in your day-to-day activity, and guide him among sudden betrayals. Betrayal, disloyal activities, right? Today, A and B, these two people are your best friends, right? And you are so close, you share all your things to them. And they also, to a certain extent, they are also close to you. But all on a sudden, without any expectation, you might not have even dreamt of it, they will betray you. Betrayal. Sudden betrayal. Disloyally, they will act. Disloyal activity of people around you. Maybe father, maybe mother. Even you cannot believe your father or mother. Sometimes they may betray you. For their own benefits, maybe. Selfishness. Right? Because of their selfishness. Right? Whatever it is, leave it off. Right? So, don't lose your heart when your trusted people betray you. You have a great trust on these people. Maybe your friends, relations, neighbors, or your parents, your blood relations. So all of a sudden they betrayed you. Never lose your heart. Be like a steel or rock to face the challenges of life. But one thing, children, at the end, towards the end, after this getting solved from this problems of your trusted one, you will feel that all this has happened for a reason. In this world, everything happens for a reason. See, sometimes we feel that, oh, why God is punishing us like this? Why this trouble came to us? Why this? Why this? Why I am like this? Why I am like this? My friend is like this. My relations are like this. They are doing this, that. Why this trouble to me? Don't lose your heart. Don't lose your heart. Everything happens in our life for a reason. Everything happens for our good. So that we will realize at our later life. So in your later life, if you analyze, you feel that what has happened is good for us. Right. And guide him among the sudden betrayals and tighten him for the slack moments. So when your trusted people betrayed you, you will be in a critical situation without knowing. See, mentally you will be depressed. You should never be like that. That is the advice that the father gives to his son. You must have a stern determination. You must have a clear goal. This is what will happen in this world. It is our duty to face it. Face these challenges very boldly. So in these slack moments, in the betrayals of the trusted people, at that moment even, you should not lose your heart. Life is a soft loam. Life is a fertile soil. In this world, our life is a fertile soil. See, what is that fertile soil? In this fertile soil, you can cultivate everything and get the benefit of it. It is a fertile soil. Be gentle. You must not be like a stubborn, arrogant people who have no concern towards others. This type of people. Don't be like that. You must be a fertile soil like. Be gentle. Go easy. Take things very easily. Don't have that grudge in your heart. When your trusted people does something against you, don't show that grudge. Take it easily. Because life is a fertile soil. The way we take, the life will be. And this too might serve him. Brutes have been gentled where lashes failed. See, this I can tell you. Brutes have been gentled where lashes failed. Brutes, cruel person, have been gentled. They have become gentle persons, soft persons. They have just shed off their brutalities where lashes failed. Lashes, severe punishment. Right? I can give you an example of a father. A father is a military person. So military people will be always just stick on to the discipline of the military, right? You can just very well identify the military persons by seeing their outward appearance even, right? So this father, it is in our locality only. One father, he is a military person. And when the child was born, he was very strict and he punishes the child for everything. He has a very long stick in his home. For doing small mistakes even, the father punishes the child very severely. Days went on. The child grows up. As he grows up, he has got some companions. And he comes, see, to a certain extent only the father could beat the child. When the child was beaten by the father, what do you think that the child just turned back, become gentle? become good? He will obey what the father says? No. He has developed a grudge in his heart towards the father. Oh, you will do like this. Wait. When I grow up, I will say, I will just take care of you. This type of attitude the child has developed in his heart. Right? When the child is admitted in higher secondary in one school, he studied, and from the hostel he escaped one fine night without informing the warden or the school authorities or hostel authorities, anybody. He just left. Again, when he is asked to go for the higher studies, he joins there, he comes back. Finally, one interview came after the studies of him, completing his studies. It is a very good job, for a very good job, which gives him a very good salary. He went there, he just sat there. They asked him to wait for 2 or 3 hours for after completing the written test, for oral test, Viva. They asked him to wait for 1 or 2 hours maybe. He is not ready to wait. He just escaped from there, ran away from there, and he came back to home. Right? And somehow he got one job in his own locality, and he has got married, and he has a boy. And now he has become a father, right? Now the father brings up the child without touching the stick in his hand. See, he knows the state of mind of him when his father punishes him, right? Now the child is brought up, and now he is doing his 10th standard. But the father never takes stick or advises him unnecessarily. And when he just gives a command, the child obeys without saying even a single word. If you ask, shall I go there? If the father says no, no is the answer. Right? That type of so he knows how he is brought up, and he understands that his way of bringing up is not good. So he has just brought up his child in a better way through love and affection. That is what is said there. See, brutes have been gentle. Even people with brutal qualities can be brought to our custody where lashes failed. This I could experience in our student-teacher life, student-teacher relation. See, some children, due to their own problems, they might have some other problems in families, or they have their own problems which they do not want to share to somebody else and get some advices. So they will be behaving in class in a peculiar way. And if the teacher is harsh towards that boy, surely he will be turning back without listening to the words of the teacher. Provided if the teacher gently approach the child and ask his problems, and showing love and affection towards that child, even if he doesn't do his homework and other things, if the teacher shows some peculiar love and affection towards the child, having concern towards the child, that will surely changes the attitude of the child. That is what is said there. Don't be harsh, because when betrayals of trusted people comes, the child will be losing his heart. And life is a fertile soil, and the way in which we cultivate that child to grow up, in that way he gives out the fruit of it. And this too might serve him, because brutes have been gentle where lashes failed. right? Now, hope you understood the two paragraphs, right? This is your father's advice. Take it as a father's advice to you people, right? Just go through it. Prepare well for your examination of early, which starts from 14th of this month. Hope you might have got the timetable also, right? Read it and prepare yourself for the next class. Till then, bye children.